Hey everybody! Boom! Welcome to another episode of Trenny and C. I'm Trenny, this is C. We have a bit of daylight left. We're gonna just do this thing.
Beautiful backdrop here on location, and we've learned especially today that on location anything can happen.
So this is batch number 1 of 40 Creek's Taproom. This is Canadian whiskey that has been aged or finished in craft beer washed barrels from Bench Brewing Company. So that's pretty cool.
In Ontario.
In Ontario, in Niagara. I'm gonna just go ahead and crack this thing.
Great crack.
Oh, it's got a great crack. And I like the little pouring.
Yeah, it's kind of a growler.
Yeah, or it's
right?
even kind of like that.
It's got a growler look or something.
That Sailor Jerry's thing.
Right, sure. So the beer barrel finish at this point in time isn't a unique idea. It's something that's been done several times and several times successfully, right?
Yes.
Like stout finishes and things of that nature. So it's kind of exciting to see what 40 Creek's, version
sure, you don't see it very often in Canadian whiskey, really.
That's
like
true.
a little bit, but I've seen
true.
it in Irish whiskey and different things.
Yeah,
so
true.
And 40 Creek has its own unique flavor profile, which might go really well with a brew.
Yeah, and we've seen like the reverse of that, where the beers are finished in like the whiskey cask and things of that nature. So anyway, it's a fun idea. Okay, that's 40 Creek.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that classic kind of like walnutty sort of like
Toffee,
maple syrup toffee
maple,
thing.
yeah.
But it also does have like this kind of like sparkly effervescence that you could get from like an IPA or something like that.
Splash it around, really.
It is 40% alcohol. We are out in the nature of the world, so sometimes you don't get a huge nose right away.
You have to get a super huff on it to try and pull something out of there.
But it definitely has those characteristics that you love about 40 Creek in it.
Almost something like when I really get my nose in there that's like fruity, which I don't often get off of a 40 Creek.
That could be like the potential, I don't know what style beer they use for this, but a lot of those Citra hops and things. So like the Citra hop style usually has a bit of a fruity vibe.
That's exactly what it is. It's that hoppy
And that's what I was thinking, like with that effervescent kind of like...
Yeah, it says it right on there.
Vibe.
Okay, that's
Let's
cool.
get to the flavor.
Because I am getting that. Maybe it is that Citra hop grapefruity kind of.
Totally.
Okay, cool.
Because there's also like whiskey out there that's been hopped, and Canadian whiskey that's been hopped.
Well, there was the hopped Wisers,
right?
But
and I was thinking kind of a chocolatey vibe, where this is more actually along the lines of like a citrus style.
But I'm also thinking how before I take my first sip, how I didn't really love the Jameson IPA, which was Irish Pale Ale.
Yeah, but I did like the
stout,
the stout one.
Correct. So, okay, let's find out.
That's right.
Like or no likey.
Well, I mean, straight off the bat, I like 40 Creek.
Yeah, and this tastes like 40 Creek.
Kind of everything we said on the nose is there. It's just obviously more bold because it's in your face, literally in your face.
But it is that like pralines and cream, like classic ice cream note.
It is quite creamy.
Yeah, but it's got like the big vanillas and like the nuttiness and just like everything that you love about 40 Creek is right here.
Yeah, that vanilla bean thing is really, really big. I'm not getting so much of an IPA kind of a thing, but it can't hurt each other because, I mean, in reality, whiskey is just beer that's been distilled.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so but here's the thing. I am getting a little bit of it on the finish. I'm getting that like tart kind of grapefruit type of note at the back palate end of the sip.
It still does end really just kind of like soft and creamy though too.
Great drinker, actually.
I could sit
the
down.
more I chap my lips, like the more I get it.
Yeah,
but there is something like there is some of that like those packaged caramels in the like little clear wrapper kind of going on too.
It's really easy to drink.
So
really easy. Like my critique, I guess, would be if this was at 43%, it just might have a little bit more of that tingle on the finish.
It might bring some more mouthfeel.
Because the finish is really, sometimes you get a finish that's like, that's where either the heat comes or like the dryness or whatever. This is just like,
that being said,
easy breezy, beautiful.
But that being said, the counter argument to that is the crushability.
I mean, for the average drinker, go
just
out and
bam,
this. Yeah, and I
take that jug
drinker.
down.
Totally, you can slam.
Did we do a close up?
All right.
If we didn't, well, there. I don't don't know if it didn't zoom earlier, but anyway, there it is. 40 Creek Taproom. I mean,
and thank you to 40 Creek Chris for this one.
Yeah, I mean, another success from 40 Creek.
Yeah, I'd say so.
No complaints.
I mean, I think if you're a fan of 40 Creek, anything they put out is relatively on par with what you're expecting, or it goes above, you know?
I like that this is funny.
I can't read it.
May contain barley.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So,
All right. There you go.
right. Maybe it's because Canadians assume all Canadian whiskey's rye.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, threw me off there. All right. We are going to feature this in our Patreon Dram Club this month. So if you want to taste it, if it's not sold out, which it probably is, patreon.com/TrendyNC.
We'll find out.
Yeah, just email
Or if
us.
it's there, buy it.
Email us,
Yep.
TrendyNC@gmail.com. All right. Click like, subscribe, leave a comment. Cheersies. From beautiful Shawnigan Lake.